Hey guys, Jose with Rig Hut Truck Parking. We've managed and worked with truck parking facilities all over the country, and now we help owners and operators upgrade their yards from technology to site plans to access control to marketing and more. And today we want to just talk about something that often gets overlooked but completely derail a project. Truck yard, if it's not handled right with zoning compliance, can be grave. Operating or parking on land that isn't zoned for trucks or commercial vehicle use or for truck parking can be a dangerous game, especially in a lot of these. Why zoning matters, I know a lot. It may seem like complex or even boring topic, but in reality, it does determine whether a yard can operate legally or just get shut down overnight. We've seen both ends of the spectrum. Operators running gravel lots with flush trucks at night, only to find out that their land isn't zoned appropriately, and then to just get down from one day to the next. Not fun whatsoever. And then we've seen yard owners who find overlooked maybe zoning overlays that can allow for that business model, and they now run a fully secure, compliant site that fleets trust with their most valuable equipment and is a very valuable property. Of ignoring zoning, a lot can happen if not done correctly. You can get fines and legal trouble. Depending on the city or district that you're in, it could vary in how strict one can be. Really, cities can issue stop work orders, fines, shut down your yard completely overnight. Articles out there about this happening. It is true. Displacement, fleets, especially more larger and maybe scaled fleets, or that have larger equipment and need the insurance, appropriate insurance and everything compliant. They may be forced to vacate with little notice, and leaving you with empty spaces and bad relationships where when you do get fixed, it may be tough to get it back. Insurance gaps. This is never fun. Many do not cover incidents on improperly zoned land, and so a single claim could be pretty detriment to what you have there. Neighborhood complaints, if your neighbors start poking their nose on what's going on over there and start looking for ways. If you're not zoned correctly or in the wrong area, the complaints can then lead to investigations and then just obvious enforcement. If done correctly, shut down. You can always show anyone who comes snooping around what you're doing is top of the line. Better tenants, fleets, and drivers obviously prefer yards that won't face surprise inspections or the comfort in knowing they can store their full fleet and asset base in a yard that they know will be there. Also can help you both ways, structure long-term lease. Room to grow. If zoning is secure, invest appropriately in the fencing, the gating, the servicing, and the access control confidently. Plug on what we've done in the yard down here at Rig Hut. Seen a lot of what a appropriate yard in a good location can do, but there's obviously a lot of things that can optimize it even more. Different truck parking, great location outside of Port Everglades and the Fort Lauderdale Airport down in South Florida. One of South Florida's busiest freight corridor. A few things that we did to increase activity there. A lot was seeing, they didn't have a lot of online bookings, minimal traffic. Rolled out, one of our latest services in marketing. Less than 100 days, we brought traffic to bring revenues to about $30,000 in new monthly income. Hit 95% plus occupancy, and the phones have not stopped ringing there. Here's just a few foundational steps in what we think our single yard owner can do to push their yard to a new level. And we have a case study online and here if you guys have any interest there. Common zoning red flags. These zoned agricultural residential, obviously doubtful that it'll allow truck parking. You can find quite a few of them out there, or more than a few. Permitted heavy vehicle access points, that's obviously something to check out for. Restriction on overnight parking or outdoor storage. Setback requirements that eat into your usable acreage. And then just conditional use permits. If you're unsure about any of these, it is worth investigating and just make sure that you get that all handled. To close, yard can be more than just start itself. You can have a full running business going out there, bring vehicles and assets to some of the largest logistic provider, all the way down to your local owner operators. Zoning is a smooth and running